Good morning. It is probably, 80 degrees outside. That's a lie, more like 70. We are going to pretend like we are in the thick of the autumn season. And I have a little surprise for you. It's pumpkin spice season, baby! This is my small collection of some of the amazing pumpkin spice items that we are going to be trying and reviewing throughout the video today. Now let's just set the record clear for a second. When it comes to pumpkin spice things, we Americans specifically have a very big obsession. Now, I don't hate pumpkin spice things, but I am not the kind of person that's waiting at 5 a.m. for Starbucks to open to have my first pumpkin spice latte of the season. However, I think it's fun. And at this point, I feel like Trader Joe's is almost known for their fall items. Like, yeah, they've got other stuff, but they're known for the fall things. So I scurried my way down to the local Trader Joe's specifically for this video so I could try some pumpkin things, try some fall items, and also make this a little spicy ourselves and answer a few questions. We're gonna be starting this out with donuts, which Keith already had one yesterday, but that's fine. These are Trader Joe's apple cider donuts, old-fashioned cake donut with apple cider and cinnamon sugar. I evaluate donuts in two ways. I'll first give them a try, as they're handed to me. Kind of cold, room temp, if you will. And then I'll give them a second chance and I'll pop her right there in the microwave, one of my absolute best friends. From Keith's astounding review, I'm not really sure how great these are going to be. I think they're the only apple cider item that I picked out, which is kind of a tragedy because I think apple cider kind of gets kicked to the side during this PSL season. I should also clarify that I'm onto a little theory, okay? It's based on very little fact, but I have a theory that some Trader Joe's carry different fall items because after talking with friends, their fall haul looked a lot different than my fall haul. And it could be because we're in different states. It could be I didn't look throughout the store well enough. I'm not sure, but this fall haul might look different than what you've purchased, which could be a good thing. Or I just need to return to my local Trader Joe's and do a replenishing of all goods I missed. I don't know. To be fair, I am a big fan of cake donuts, so this should be up my alley. Like, I do have high expectations, but a little bit tainted by the poor Keith review. Honestly, it just tastes like a churro. I'm getting no apple cider whatsoever. It also is pretty dry. Like, it's got this weird moistness about it, but everything in the center isn't that good. It's one of those ones I would eat if it was given to me, but I would never pick it out at a donut store if I had the option. First question from Alex. Is there a technique to making a protein coffee? Love the idea, but the protein isn't mixing well. Such a fantastic question, and I love that I have the opportunity to explain this because it's one of my absolute favorite things, and I really do feel like there is a secret to it. And I feel like I know the secret. I don't know what it is about this specific flavor, this brand, this type of protein. It is the only protein coffee that I will actually drink. Let me show you. It is this bottle from Orgain. It is keto plant protein with coconut and avocado oils. I had always liked Orgain and I always tried to put their protein in my coffee, but something just clicked one time when I purchased this on accident. I don't know what they put in this. It might be because of the coconut and avocado oils. I don't know, but it tastes like you are having a hot chocolate coffee protein milkshake. It is so stinking good. Now, I will tell you, regardless of what protein I'm putting in my coffee, I always at least stir it while the coffee is brewing, or I continue to stir it maybe a few times after it's all said and done, just in my cup. This is a really great straw. It's a silicone one from the brand Coffee Straw, or I just use another type of metal straw. I think that this is the easiest way to make sure that you're consistently keeping all the flavors together. Just to show you another example though, I do also have this protein. This is Garden of Life Sport, an organic plant-based protein, also in chocolate. I feel like chocolate is kind of the key, to be fair. Vanilla, okay. Some of the other flavors, I've tried peanut butter, salted caramel. It doesn't fit as naturally, I think, as chocolate, but prove me wrong, I'm cool. This is great on its own. It's great in shakes. It's great in smoothies, but when I put it in the coffee, I just feel like it clumps. It doesn't blend together whatsoever. There's just something magical about this. And I now have a subscription. Like I literally get this every single month because I love it so much. However, please note that when you go to buy this, if you go to buy this, you will find 2 bottles that look almost exactly alike, but the main distinction is the oils. This one has coconut and avocado oils in it. The other almost identical bottle has MCT oil in it. Do not buy that one. It is not good. I don't know what it is. The MCT oil just leaves a weird taste in your mouth. Get this one instead. I don't know why it is so good. I'm not keto. I don't care about keto things, but this, she's your real winner. I promise you. I promise you. That is not an ad by any means. I do have a commission code. I believe it's in my description box. I'll put it on the screen just in case you're curious. I think I earn like a microscopic amount of money if you do use that code, but otherwise just enjoy the coffee that you are going to get when you put the protein in it. It's absolutely my favorite thing. I do it at least like 1 or 2 times a day. I'm absolutely obsessed. I'm just gonna place this in the microwave for, I don't know, like 7 seconds. Isn't that what it says on a Krispy Kreme box? Why do I know that? No, it's 8 seconds. Oh my God. What? I honestly feel like the whole profile changed completely when you put it in the microwave. What the heck? It does have a certain je ne sais quoi that I do like about it, but I'm still not totally sold. Like I really probably wouldn't buy those again. It's just kind of fine. It gets good. And I still don't get any apple cider flavor whatsoever. It's cinnamon and sugar. That's all. I'm gonna say like, honestly, a 4 out of 10 because it's not providing what it's telling me it should be. We are missing the mark. What a high note to be starting off this video on. How do you fit fitness in with working and doing your videos? I work full time and it's so hard. I feel this to my core. When I was working my full-time job, not only was I working from like 8 to 5:30, but I also was commuting, and that took out so much out of me. I would come home so exhausted, and I would tell myself, Taylor, the minute that you get home, like you're gonna go to the gym, you're gonna work out, you're gonna have a great exercise routine, whatever. Every single time I'd let myself down and I would get so defeated because I would be so exhausted and I would have no energy to go to the gym, but I would just be mad at myself because it was what I thought I was going to do for the day and I didn't complete that goal. So I think I needed to at least set expectations for when I was gonna get things done, how I was going to get things done, because I kind of knew in the very back of my head, I'm going to come home tired. All I'm going to want to do is plop on the couch or go to sleep. Like I barely had energy to cook dinner. So I had to start being realistic with myself. Like if I want to work out, I have to put in the time and I have to put in the effort. So maybe for me, that means I need to get my workout in before I even start my workday. And that's what ended up working out really well for me and still does. I will get my workout in basically as soon as I wake up. So it is out of mind, out of sight, out of mind. I did it. I don't have to rely on storing some energy later on in the day to make sure it's gonna happen. I also think you have to give yourself a little bit of time to adjust to a new schedule. Right now, as I'm kind of trying to adjust and figure out what works for me as I'm working a night shift, it is so easy to just be so hard on yourself and to get so mad that things aren't working out or you're not doing things as you used to. But you have to remember that you just completely did a 180 with your whole entire life. Like maybe you just changed jobs, you just moved across the country, you just changed your sleeping schedule a little bit. Our bodies take time to adjust to that. So give yourself a grace period if that's where you're at, because it's also a mental reminder to myself to do the same. Above all, like give yourself grace if you're trying to try something new and it's not working out. Like set small goals for yourself of working out 2 times a week instead of 7, because that's just gonna set you up for failure. And then also try and think about when you're most energetic throughout the day. If you're a nighttime gym goer, go to the gym at night. Like utilize that energy that you have and make the most of it. Don't listen to me if I'm saying go to the gym early in the morning if you know you hate mornings. Oh yes. First up on the pumpkin list, these are pumpkin overnight oats, which actually sound delicious. I'm not a big overnight oats gal, but this ASMR is something I might be able to get behind. This is so strange. I thought I was gonna have to prepare it in some way. I guess it's just like good to go? What? I don't know why, like this consistency is not sitting right with me, but I'm gonna give it a fair chance. It actually looks like it's gonna be pretty good. I'm smelling some goodness. Oh my gosh, that is not, what's happening? I don't like that at all. Honestly, it just tastes like cold pumpkin pie, but not in a good way. Like I said, this is not exactly fair because I'm not the biggest overnight oats gal. It's just different. Like we are eating canned pumpkin with oats sprinkled in. This is a good question and a call out question from Olivia. What's the furthest distance you run on a regular basis if you've been running lately? I took a break from running basically for a lot of August because I'm that person who cannot run in heat. The second it gets like over, I don't know, like 76, I am done. Out, see ya until the fall. Like that is me. So I have been running for September, not as much as I had been prior, just because I'm trying to ease my way back into it because if you recall, not a strong runner. Want to be a strong runner, haven't become one yet. But I do have a fun video planned for kind of talking a lot more about running, why I think it's so important, or just why it gets this weird stigma, especially in the fitness community. It kind of bothers me a lot and I want to be like standing up for all my runners. But the furthest distance I run on a regular basis is probably just short of 3 miles. It's kind of like where I feel comfortable, but where I still feel a bit challenged. And that's hard for me, just putting it out there, like that's not super easy. I do try and do more terrain as much as I can, or I try and run hills because I think that helps a lot with my endurance and also just, I don't know, like perfecting my different skills in different ways. But it is a lifelong goal of mine to run a half marathon. I don't know if I want to put like a full marathon on my life goal list. Like I don't know if I need to be there. I don't think I even want to put that in the cards. Final score on the overnight oats. It's not my taste, but it does hit the pumpkin puree vibe that it promised. So I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10 because it at least is delivering. I'm sure it's delivering for somebody else, just not for me. Okay, this I don't think I've ever seen before. And most of you are gonna be like, Taylor, they have this product every year, but I've never tried it. So, pumpkin spice hummus. Totally called my name. But I want to give this a fair shot by giving it a few different dipping options because it could taste great with one and it could taste terrible with another. God, don't you just love that? Gorgeous. Giving me straight pumpkin puree vibes. The first one I'm going to try is with a carrot, which is what I would normally use with hummus. That is so sweet. I think the second ingredient is cane sugar and you can tell. That is not hummus. You've ever seen those dessert hummuses? Hummus? But something about it is just kind of, it's challenging your taste buds. It's confusing them on all levels. Very justified, but I'm getting a lot of questions about how I adjusted my workout schedule with my new sleeping schedule. To be fair, I think that was probably one of the bigger things I struggled with because I felt like the minute I switched to night shift was after I just finally felt great in my routine. I finally felt like I was doing things I wanted to do. I was trying different workouts that I'd always wanted to do. I felt like I was consistent on the timing that I was working out. Like things were making a lot of sense for me. But isn't that funny, you know, how life works? Like when everything feels like it's going perfect and then a little storm hits the horizon. As far as workout split, not much has changed in what I'm doing or how I like to do it. It's more that the timing is getting really tricky right now. It also stinks because I feel like I'm just not there yet when it comes to feeling like a fully functioning night shift gal. So I think I need to be a little bit better about giving myself time to adjust because I honestly went into it expecting my life to perfectly flop and it just hasn't, and that's why I've been so much less consistent on my uploads lately, and I sincerely apologize because that's not fair to you and that's not who I am as a creator. It's not who I am as a person. I feel like I'm normally so driven and it just bothers me that it's taken that extra step back, especially when it comes to creating content, and it bothers me. So I'm sorry that I've been bad on my end. But if, you know, my friend was telling me all of this, then I would tell her, you need to give yourself a little bit of time to adjust, and you can't expect everything to be perfect overnight. So I've had a lot of trouble, especially scheduling like my workout classes. I used to go in the morning. Now I guess I kind of can go in the evening, but I hate working out in the evening, and it's always the most busy time in the gym. Like the other day I accidentally went to the gym at 4:30 and I was with all the grunters. So that's been a bit tricky, and also figuring out where my energy is. I'm trying to play around with my timings and things like that, and seeing if I can do like a half night shift schedule, going to bed at 2 in the morning instead of 6 in the morning, something like that. So just playing around. I need to try my next chip. I want to give it a try with a pretzel. This is also what everything but the bagel pretzel. So the combo could be great, could be horrible. Maybe like a salty sweet vibe. That's a bit better. To be fair, I like this combination a lot better. Yes to these, no to these. I also want to try these, which are another pumpkin item, pumpkin cranberry crisps. I can't say that word. They smell kind of cheesy off the bat, which is weird. And onion. I don't know. That's pretty yummy too. I'm gonna say that this is going to be most supreme. This is so bad. With the non-vegetable options. Try this with some crackers, some pretzels, you're going to love it. Maybe on its own. This could be one of those ones you just take a spoon to be fair. Good question from Kimberly. What are your main objectives or ambitions for when you become a CPT? Rooting for you. That's so sweet. And I feel like just the biggest little fool, I guess, because I've been studying for so stinking long, and I know what my problem is. My problem is that I don't make enough time to study in large sessions. I only feel like I have time every single week for like 2 to 3 hours of studying. But I know deep down, like I could put my phone away, I could get off of TikTok, I could, you know, actually study, but I've been feeling so ambitious about it lately because my main objective when I started was really just to gain a lot of knowledge. And I wanted to be somebody that didn't just make videos about fitness and healthy lifestyles, etc., with no backing behind what I'm saying. And I want to be able to learn more because it's fascinating to me, and fitness has always been a passion of mine. So it's been something that I've been wanting to do for a while. So it feels cool that I'm getting it done. Get her done. Doing the darn thing. However, lately, that mindset has kind of done a little bit of a shift in a really good way. And I've been thinking a lot about the possibility of one-on-one coaching when I do actually take the test and pass. We manifest the passing, which I think would be really cool because I would love the opportunity to work with one of you if that would be something you'd even be interested in. Not that I need to like flatter myself in any way, but how cool would it be that we could actually bond on a one-on-one close level and not just through a screen. I think that would be really cool. I would love to be able to bring like that passion for working with others and that passion for sharing how to live a sustainable and healthy lifestyle to a coaching experience. So there's that update on that. I've also kind of come up with this scheme to get it done fast, and I'm gonna make a video about it because I think it'll be really funny. I'm not cheating. That sounds like I'm cheating the system. I'm not. I'm just trying to light a fire under my booty. Also, final rating for the hummus, I'm gonna say, honestly, like a 7 out of 10. It really does deliver. The chips, I'm gonna go maybe a 6 out of 10 because they're good, not too heavy on the pumpkin, which could be good or bad, but I love the crisp. I love that variety of chip cracker. So it was already in my books, but you gotta step it up. You know, if you're gonna deliver with the pumpkin, it's gotta be like pumpkin central. I also wanna show you guys something. I was asking, I think I made a TikTok about this. I was asking for suggestions on ways that you typically fight seasonal depression because I didn't realize how much the seasons affected me until I moved out of sunny Southern California and I didn't have 70-degree Christmases. And one of the main things that kind of struck me that I really felt like I wanted to do from a lot of the comments and suggestions was to get more real plants in my apartment. This one right here, she's a little phony, a little fake. You can definitely tell. Getting real plants or even fake ones can be so expensive. So that's kind of something that's always held me back. But God bless Trader Joe's, because when I was doing my little cart surfing, going around trying to find all these pumpkin fall items, found something that just sparked joy in my heart. $5.99. Meet my new stinking precious little fiddle. I kind of want to call her Finn. If you remember the first plant I ever got, if you're an OG watcher of this channel, and I really mean OG, you will remember my plant Frances.
I bought this cute little plant. I kind of want to call her Frances. I don't know why, that literally just came to me. The kind lady who helped me with the plant told me that this plant would communicate with me when it wants water.
Frances has sadly moved on, passed away, but I'm so excited for this like little endeavor. And I know fiddles can be a little bit of work. I feel like it's already going to help me in so many ways, and I'm really, really, really excited about it. So meet Finn. She's a doll. Welcome her to the Twisty fam. From Chloe, when is the pod starting up again? Let's just say, make sure that you're subscribed. Make sure that you're following the podcast Instagram. Stay tuned for some updates because they're coming much sooner than you think. Wink, wink, wink. Also follow the Twisty Pod YouTube stream. It's where I upload all of the streams from the podcast. I got a new setup that I'm so stinking excited to reveal to you all. So make sure that you're subscribed there. I can't wait. I've never been more excited to show you all something. Like, this is going to be so stinking cool. This is a really good question from Elena. Do you think you would have made the same physical or mental progress if you worked a 9 to 5? I'm going to answer that as I eat some petite pumpkin spice cookies, which in fairness, I think I've tried before. They look exactly like animal crackers. Adorable. It's the slightest little pumpkin design, but you can't go wrong with this type of cookie. Probably top 5. Top 7 favorite cookies. Couldn't have nailed this any better. Knocked it out of the park with the flavor. Incredible with the spice. Just the right amount of pumpkin to keep you coming back wanting more. 9 to 5 schedule versus freelance. I feel like there's 2 parts to this. The first part is that I definitely think that I obviously now have more freedom to be able to move about when I want to. So even though maybe I'm not doing more workouts than I was when I worked in hospitality, I still now have the liberty to go outside and take a call when I'm on a walk, or I can, I don't know, like move back and forth between my desk and my refrigerator. So yes, there's obviously a little bit more of movement in that sense. I definitely still am very sedentary, especially now that night shift is primarily my routine. And I still always think back to that period of my life where I just felt like I was always sitting. Like I would sit on a train for an hour and a half. I'd sit in my car to drive to the train. I'd sit at my desk, and yeah, like I'd kind of move around, or I'd walk like downtown Seattle and stuff, but it wasn't the same as it is now. But here's the other thing, the part 2, is that so much of the way that I approach fitness, the way that I think about the things that I eat, the healthy lifestyle that I try to maintain, almost all of that is completely different. And I think that's the case for a multitude of reasons. The first being, I was young. Like I was 21, 22 years old. Not that like I'm that much older now, but I feel like even just these few developmental years have changed my perspective so much. Like tenfold. And I didn't really understand much about my body, and I wasn't very cognizant about how I should be fueling it well. And now, even though I'm still very sedentary and I still can't leave my house all of that often, I definitely think about what I'm eating that actually contributes to my long-term health. I also work out totally differently. I feel like now I actually go to the gym and try and push myself very intensively, and beforehand I felt like I had no energy, that I would just kind of flow through the motions. So I don't know, I think it's hard to say exactly, because if I was in this mindset when I had that position, would I be where I'm at now? I'm not sure, because I do think so much of it has to do with age and growing up and thinking about things more holistically. But the other part of this question is not just about physical progress, but a lot about mental. And I mean, everything happens for a reason. I truly do mean that. So yes, I lost my job, but maybe it was for a good reason. Maybe it was so I could be in this mental state that I'm in right now. It could have all been a very big positive that I would have never experienced if I was at my desk working that previous job. I don't know. This is like such a good question. I don't even know how to answer it properly. Cookie rating is a 10 out of 10. That's not even a big surprise. I haven't shown you the white ones. Delicious. Love, love, love. This is a personal favorite of mine. I buy this almost every single year. Kettle corn or flavored popcorn is usually a big weakness of mine. Like I won't even be in the mood for it and I will just want to eat it. It is kryptonite. This is maple and sea salt kettle corn. So it's kind of got a maple glaze, but you can absolutely smell, and I am assuming taste, the sea salt. Definitely can taste the kettle corn. Definitely can taste the maple. Sea salt, not coming through strong enough for me, but I'm a salty gal, okay? It's super good, but I would crave more crunch and more salt. I love these types of videos. Like, I can just eat my heart out. How much time a week do you spend on YouTube editing, filming, etc.? Definitely depends on the week. I upload 2 times a week, which I feel like is a little bit average, but I know a lot of creators only post 1 time a week, but I upload 2 times a week in addition to my podcast. But right now the podcast is doing a lot of behind the scenes administration, production, content creation. So it's so strange because it's so dependent on the week and what I'm interested in doing. And then also there's kind of like my personal admin side of things and dealing with sponsorships, working with my manager, etc. It's weird to think about though, but I work almost like in a weird way 24/7. Like I'm constantly on my phone, I'm constantly filming or editing or thinking about filming or editing. And I thought that I was already working so much when I was doing my 40-hour-a-week desk job, but now I work at least like 60 to 70 hours per week. I have decided it's a smart idea for me to get at least a little bit of initial help with editing. So actually one of my good friends, also a content creator, Amanda Wan, has helped me edit this video. So shout out to Amanda, she's fantastic. And I really feel like that is another key to not burning out, is making sure that you're not too like high and mighty to ask for help. One of the best things I could ever learn from myself was hiring somebody or seeking out help from people in any area of my life who are smarter than me, than know more than me. That's helped me out significantly. Editing is a huge chunk of the YouTube creation process just because it can be so timely, and I'm a big perfectionist. So each video I do takes a minimum of like 25 hours. And that's a little bit ridiculous, I think, so I'm trying to get better about it. And then also none of my videos are kind of sit downs like this. This is a very rare occasion for me because most of the time I'm doing a challenge that lasts 30 days long and I'm constantly filming left, right, and center. So it's super variant, but I think another great tip, if I can offer them, that I've recently learned is to, 1, try to make a task last as long as it needs, not as long as the time you have. This is a horrible guilt of mine. If I know that I have until 4 a.m. to complete my workday, somehow, some way, my video does not get finished until 4 a.m. Even though I'm sure if I was more diligent or something, I could get it done beforehand. Try your best to not be like me. Like, don't be a perfectionist. It's still going to be great. People are still going to love whatever it is that you produce, whether that be your boss, your manager, your audience, whomever. Get the project done as best as you can and send it away into the universe. Let the universe do its thing. These are pretty dang good to me. I'm gonna say an 8.5 out of 10. They're missing a little bit of that extra crunch that I desire in a kettle corn, and also a teeny bit of saltiness, which I'll just provide for my own commentary. Not even close. Oh! I had to end the video with a little gift to my poppers. Did you want a tweet? These are pumpkin maple bacon flavored stuffies and dog treats. They always make the name so stinking difficult to say. You must perform. Sit. Good girl. Shake. Good girl. Roll over. Good girl. There you go. I almost forgot. I have 2 remaining very essential Trader Joe's fall items. The butternut squash mac and cheese, very infamous. The butternut squash mac and cheese bites. I'll be reviewing both of these on my TikTok, so go ahead, follow me over there. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all of your questions. I love you all so much. Happy fall. Happy PSL season, baby.